Hello travelers, this is Yus here, and today I have for you guys a Generation 4 UBERS battle against my good buddy, none other than Diego DHGSS. So, we both really wanted to do this generation before it's ending next month, which is super unfortunate. And as you know, this gen meant everything for me, like especially in terms of Wi-Fi battling. So let's talk about my team. So I have there my lead Mew, which is the normal lead with the Lumberry, Stealth Rocks, U-turn, Explosion, and there's my specially defensive guy, which is Umbreon, which can take hits really well in UBERS and in everything because it's an Umbreon. I have Choice Scarf, Jirachi, which is amazing, defensive Groudon with a surprise move, which is Overheat, because no one expects that, a Dragon Dancing Life Orb Rayquaza, and a Soul Dew Latios. So this was a really intense battle and I hope you guys will enjoy. So let's get straight into the battle. Diego is gonna start with his Darkrai, I'm gonna start with my Mew. I know I have the Lumberry, I'm gonna stay in, not fearing the Dark Void at all, but he ended up going for the Dark Pulse. It's fine, I can take one. I went for the Taunt knowing that now he can go for the Dark Void. I'm gonna switch into my Umbreon, took the Dark Pulse like nothing, and now I'm gonna go for the Wish. He's gonna switch out of there, he's gonna send in his Fortress, and now I'm gonna go back again into my Mew, recover with my Wish, as he's just going to go for his Stealth Rocks, which is the most important move in the game, as you already know, no big deal. And with my Mew, I'm just gonna go for the Stealth Rocks myself, cripple some hoes if they're there or whatever. And yup, he ended up going into his Darkrai. This time he went for Trick, so he was the Choice Scarf set, so no big deal. I went for U-turn, which does a lot. And I'm just gonna go into my Jirachi, my Choice Scarf Jirachi, and go for the U-turn, finish off the Darkrai, and this Darkrai just got U-turned to death. So yeah, and yeah, now I'm gonna go back into my lead Mew, and he's gonna go into his Fortress, and I was predicting the Rapid Spin or something, so I went for the U-turn because I do have the Explosion, but I was pretty sure that, well, to be honest, I really didn't want to waste my Explosion just yet. I wanted to save it for something else, especially now that I'm Choice Scarf. But he ended up going for the Toxic Spikes, which is weird. I didn't expect that at all. But now I surprised him with the Overheat, because a lot of people only expect Groudon to be all physical at all. And yep, Overheat is just an overkill, and that Fortress is gonna go down, so my Stealth Rocks are gonna stay there. So now I made a misplay. I was like, this Dialga is gonna be a problem for my team because nothing can really deal with it properly. And I do have max HP on this Groudon, but that crit didn't matter at all because his Dialga is Choice Specs, so I'm gonna lose my Groudon just like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go into my Jirachi. I'm just gonna fire off some Fire Punches, hoping for some hacks. I know I can take Draco Meteors very well, especially now that he's at -2. And now that he's at -4, the switch is pretty obvious, so I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna send in my Mew again, because that's what I do when I have a free switch into something. I always go to my lead, especially in Gen 4, but he has a T-Tar. And I'm like, oh great, another Pokemon that resists Explosion. So I decided just to go for the U-turn, and hoping to do as much damage as possible because T-Tar is really bulky, and look at that damage. U-turn isn't gonna do anything, and unfortunately it does pack the Pursuit, and the Pursuit is gonna finish me off. So yeah, down goes my Mew, no big deal. And yeah, this T-Tar is gonna be a problem really, because I wasn't expecting that at all. So I decided to go into my Jirachi and just go for the safe Iron Head. This time he just predicted that very nicely. I didn't want to overpredict, but yeah, Iron Head won't do anything to Dialga, so I decided to go into my Umbreon, and oh my god, he decided to go for the Fire Blast. The sun is not up, Umbreon is super specially defensive, and that does a lot. Oh my god, Dialga hits like a truck. That thing is, oh my god. So I wanted to save my Umbreon, so I send in my Latios, which resists the hit, and it's supposed to be take the hit nicely. And oh my god, unfortunately it do scores a crit, and that's gonna cripple my Latios a little bit. So now I'm just gonna go for the Draco Meteor. He sends in his T-Tar, which is great. Two Draco Meteors will be able to finish it off, but unfortunately I ended up missing the Draco Meteor, and that's gonna cost me a lot because this Draco Meteor won't be able to finish off this T-Tar because T-Tar is amazing like that, and he's gonna kill my Latios with the Pursuit. So yeah, yep, that completely ruined my chances at this point, but I'm not gonna give up just yet. I'm gonna send in my Jirachi, just go for the U-turn. I don't want him to send in his his Dialga and wall me to oblivion, so I'm just gonna go for the U-turn, send in my Umbreon pretty much as fodder. His T-Tar will go down, and what you know, he's gonna send in his Dialga again. That Dialga completely ruined my day that day. Oh my god, it's so good. So yeah, in comes Dialga, and he's just gonna lock himself into the Dragon Pulse that gonna finish off my Umbreon. And now instead of going for the Rayquaza and finish off this thing with the Earthquake, I decide to try my luck a little bit. I wanted to do as much damage as possible and maybe hoping to live a Dragon Pulse, but that unfortunately isn't gonna happen because it's choice specs, so that was a bad play on my part. So I only have my Rayquaza left, and Rayquaza will be able to finish off the Dialga with the Earthquake. And yeah, should have kept my Jirachi, but unfortunately now he has his Deoxys attack, which unfortunately will outspeed and finish me off with the Ice Beam, so that's gonna be the game. If I could have saved my Jirachi, I would have been able to deal with his Deoxys and his last Pokemon, which is an Adamant Rayquaza. Mine was Jolly, but oh well. It was a great game, guys. Thanks Diego for this awesome battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your awesome feedback as always, and thank you for 400 subscribers. I have a special made, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully it will be next week, and yep, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Have a nice day and peace out.